welcome into Gus's world famous fried chicken off Sutherland Avenue alongside Jason Swain. We're joined tonight by Cade Mays and quarterback Hendon Hooker. Guys, welcome to the show, Hendon. And how's that knee doing? Doing good?
Yeah, it's doing real good.
You
glad to be
with
here.
no limp. No limp.
Yes, sir.
You head into the bye week. As a younger guy, I'm sure you were just kind of chomping at the bit to kind of continue to develop and continue to learn. But as an older guy, you kind of take the time to go, we've played 8 games. I need a week. We're going to work, but I need a minute to breathe too.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to get the time off to go back to the drawing board and see what we messed up on in the prior weeks, and also to get our bodies healthy.
Hendon, I'm not going to waste any time, man. I'm getting right to it. What is the name for the spin move? What is the name? The B-button spin move that's been so famous over the last couple of weeks watching you play. Is there a name for it?
It's just a spin cycle.
So you call it the spin cycle. That's
spin
it.
Cycle.
That's it. All right. So we officially have a name for it. It's the spin cycle. That's been burning me all up today. I wanted to know that question if you had a nickname for it. So spin cycle. There it is.
We call this Tennessee Prime, but in reality, it's Cade and Friends.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
My vote was we should have called it Gussin' with the boys, but
Gussin' with the boys. I like that too. Same thing for I asked him, and of course you're a little bit different because you're a little banged up, but can you see a difference between older, veteran, experienced guys, Hendon, yourself, Theo Jackson, somebody like that, versus a younger guy who any of these younger freshmen like a Miles Campbell that are trying to take this week and make it a movement?
Yeah, definitely. In bye weeks, usually your young guys, they get a lot more reps, get a lot more looks at practice, and it's a good opportunity for them to take a step and just show what they've been working on all season and stuff, because most younger guys they're automatically moved to scout team, so it gives them an opportunity to show what they've been working on, what they've been doing, how they progressed throughout the season, especially our bye weeks, week 8, week 9, whatever we're in right now. So they've had a good time, a long time to progress and stuff throughout the season.
It is Tuesday, Tennessee Prime. We do it every Tuesday here. But what's been different about the work week so far at the beginning of the week that this is the bye week? What's been different?
We got an extra day off on what's today, Tuesday? Did we have yesterday off?
Yeah.
So we had yesterday off, and then we'll go into practice tomorrow and Thursday. My week's all messed up since but yeah, we'll go into practice and stuff, and then a lot more lifts, trying to get your body right, spending as much time in the training room, get as much treatment, trying to get the nicks and scratches worked out.
At this point of the season, how packed is the training room? Is it like the club on a Saturday night?
Yeah, all the tables full.
That would be like tonic for you and I.
No, it'd be like RT's back in the day.
Back
Yeah,
for you? Okay.
It'd be RT's back in the day. That's right, on the strip, packed. Fire marshal have to come in and shut it down. Nobody else can come in here. That's how it used to be.
So, Cade, you didn't play last week, but he did, and he's been banged up. He got injured against Missouri, got the knee contusion with the bruise and all that. Kind of got re-injured again. When you see him go out there and tough it out, brace it up and play, as the quarterback of the offense and one of the leaders on the team, how much does that kind of set the tone for everybody else around him?
Yeah, for sure. We, wherever Hendon goes, we go. He comes out and does a great job every week, leading us, getting our offense, in the right direction, and then just comes out Saturday and battles. There was a play, he had like 8 yards with 6 people on his back. Banged up and all, just pushing for every inch. And you gotta love and respect a guy like that.
How do you replicate that? I always said during fall camp I felt like you were hampered because part of your game is the ability to elude, avoid, make nothing into something, and you can't do that when you have that no contact jersey on.
Yeah,
I really said that about Dobbs. Did you kind of feel like the part of what makes you special was taken away a little bit when you're in the no contact, when you're trying to compete for the job?
Yeah, it definitely does hinder my game in certain ways. But it also helps me develop other parts of my game.
Sure.
So it's a bittersweet thing. They're protecting us, but at the same time, it's football. I'd rather go out there and try to make a play and get hit than to get tagged off and the plays called dead.
When you got here, when you chose to pick Tennessee, when you left Virginia Tech, what were you thinking? What did you know about Tennessee at that point? And then to have the checker kneeling game with the atmosphere and everything that's come with being the starter at Tennessee to this point, has it been kind of all you thought it might be?
It has for sure. Just kind of getting a word from Emmanuel Mosley. I look at him as one of my big brothers. Talking to him and Bryce Thompson about coming here to Tennessee, it really excited me. Just the great words and respect they have for the program. It's definitely lived up to the hype.
So Gus we got to hook up Bryce Thompson. We got to hook up Emmanuel Mosley with some chicken because they help get Hendon here. You mentioned Dobbs, AP. Any conversations with Josh Dobbs?
Yeah, Josh hits me up after every game. We chop it up real quick. He kind of tells me, he loves watching me play. I tell him, I'm just trying to be like you, man.
Yeah.
So, it's a great relationship we have. Any critiques he wants to send my way, he does. He's just a great leader and a mentor.
Is there something about Tennessee that you kind of really enjoy more than the others? Not slighting Virginia Tech, but something here that you're like, man, I'm so cool. I'm so glad I got to play here at Tennessee because of this particular thing.
That Neyland Stadium is something special. In Blacksburg, in Lane Stadium, they have their own thing, but that Neyland Stadium, that's just.
You hear that?
It's incredible.
He said it.
The atmosphere is incredible. I just love going out there and putting on a show for the fans.
What was that time like for you when you committed to Tennessee, had your mind made up, you watched Tennessee play before, and you was like, hey, they can use a quarterback like me, and there was a coaching change, and there was a time where Tennessee didn't have a coach, but you were still committed. What was that time like for you? Did you kind of think about, do I need to continue to go to Tennessee, or what was that like for you?
Honestly, it was just a time for me to reflect and just go back and look at some of my old film and to work on my craft. I wasn't really concerned with all the other things surrounding it. It was really more of, let me put this work in so it'll benefit me in the long run.
Okay, when you watched Hendon go through spring, what impressed you about him and the work he put in?
I mean, he just came to work every day. It's hard as an offensive lineman, like when there's a position battle like that at quarterback, like to know who's actually back there, especially like when we're on a clap
when you go fast.
Yeah, for sure. And you're on a clap cadence, like you'll turn around and you'll have one quarterback this drive, the next drive you'll have a different one. So like it was hard to see, but like as far in the weight room and just like taking us through drills and stuff, like Hendon's a great leader. He's very vocal. Same person every day, just brings a lot of energy and really brings guys, like people flock to him. Like he brings guys around him and makes them better.
I'll say this: we were out at camp this summer, and you wear number 5, and I think if you wear a certain number, it can make you look bigger, smaller, skinnier, whatever. And so, like during spring, I didn't think you looked that big. Then I get beside you at camp, and I'm like, Hendon's a really big guy. Now, of course, you're comparing him to Joe's out there at the time. Of course, he's like as big as Cade is. But I mean, you offer so much more, like when you're running the football, because you're not a little guy running the ball. I mean, you can pack a punch when you lower your head down in there and need a tough yard.
For sure. I've actually been trying to work on avoiding tackles. Cade and the rest of the linemen, they always tell me, come on, Hen, don't take those hits, man.
You ever talk to Dobbs about that? Because he was the master of leaping right before he took a big hit, and he never really took. I think the Appalachian State game might be the only time in 3 years that he ever took a real shot.
Yep. That's tough. Yeah, he's a master avoider. Then I'll definitely have to hit him up for some tips on that one for sure.
Yeah, for sure on that one. Kate, how was it sitting back and being hurt, not being able to play? That's like one of the toughest things ever for an athlete. I know it was for me. Watching other guys compete, what were some things that were going on during your mind during that game last weekend? Yeah,
it definitely hurt a lot. Especially, Coop's been banged up for some weeks, and we haven't really had that time to be able to play together, and seeing him back out there, everybody out there just playing hard, battling and stuff, like it hurts sitting at home and watching it. I honestly, like the first half, I was cooking dinner like for the family and stuff for my little brother and grandma and myself and stuff, and it was just like, dang, it's hard to watch, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I watched the second half and stuff, and just it hurts, man. I hate it.
the fact that, you may only have a month left to play with Cooper, because, it may be it. You never know.
No doubt.
Is that kind of pushing you to, let's get in the training room, let's get this thing as good as we can get it and get back out there?
Yeah, for sure. And it's not only about Coop. Like, all my teammates and my brothers, man, I love all of them the same. And, I'd do anything for all of them. And just not being out there with them, when it really matters, it hurts. And, just doing anything you can to try to get back on the field and stuff. So,
Hendon, there's obviously perks of playing the quarterback position, but at Tennessee it's just different, man. Like it's like quarterback Tennessee, governor is like down here. I mean, it's a big time deal. Have you felt that? Being the quarterback here at Tennessee, not only being a quarterback, but now you're one of the best quarterbacks right now in the country, playing at a high level, and you're playing well, and you're helping Tennessee play at a certain level. Do you feel kind of the weight of being QB1 here at Tennessee?
I do not. I just take it one day at a time. Make sure I'm hitting my P's and Q's, dotting all my I's, crossing all my T's. Just kind of living a regular life. Playing football is my love. So, just going out there and doing something I love. I play with passion and, in all, really just playing for my teammates.
To piggyback that, though, do you find yourself being approached more when you walk around campus or in class, those type of things that maybe you were before?
Not really.
No?
No, sir.
No, hey, Hendon. None of that.
None of that.
Oh man, come on, Kay. Come on, you gotta. Hey, this is Hendon right here. Hey, everybody, Hendon right here.
They love to do that, but I always shy away from the attention most of the time.
I understand. No, I understand. Hendon, you've overcome some adversity in your transition from Virginia Tech here to Tennessee. I hear that you write poetry, you write, and tell us a little bit about projects that you've worked on, projects that you're thinking about, working on and coming out with, because it seems like it's very, very near dear to your heart, just like the game of football.
Yeah, me and my brother have a scripture book coming out. It's called ABCs of the Scripture for Athletes. And it's really just 26 pages of me and him with nice football pictures on it. And then the scriptures follow the alphabet by ABC, so it'll be different scriptures for each letter. It really is something that we came up with together because coming up, that's how we learn our scriptures, by going through alphabets and flashcards. So making little books and little flashcards for the kids would be nice.
And also you write some poetry as well, right?
Yes, sir.
When you had some health questions there, and you were in the hospital, I read a story about how you wrote a poem, kind of promising yourself like, hey, I get back to football, I'm gonna give the game everything that I have, and it certainly looks like you are making well on that promise. But talk a little bit about that time when you were down and out and didn't know if you were gonna play football again, and you wrote that poem. Yeah,
going back to last year, I was in the hospital bed. Right before they were doing a scope on my heart. So what that is basically just taking a camera and looking at my heart from the inside of my body. So before I went in, I was sitting with my mom in the hospital room. I just kind of wrote a little poem, Promise to the Game. I showed it to my mom. She kind of teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
But just being relieved and being so blessed, awakening from the medicine in the hospital and them telling me, there's nothing wrong. Are you going to play this weekend? I'm like, I can't play. I got no practice reps. So really just the poem was just me promising the game after God and my family that any other time I have is going to be dedicated to the game.
All right, let's take our first break. We're going deep here with Hendon Hooker.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
See if we can connect like he did with Cedric Tillman
Yes, sir.
This weekend. We'll be right back with Cade Mays and Hendon Hooker from Gus's World Famous Fried Chicken on Sutherland Avenue.
Bite into that crispy crust with just the right amount of spicy, and you're going to taste the tender, juicy, succulent chicken that is Gus's World Famous Fried Chicken. A timeless Southern tradition that started over 60 years ago in Mason, Tennessee with a secret family recipe. Gus's has stood the test of time and spread throughout the world. It's not just famous, it's world famous fried chicken at Gus's. VolQuest.com has been the gold standard for Tennessee football coverage for over 20 years, led by an experienced staff with over 600 games covered amongst them.
Speed, and then some more speed.
VolQuest takes you behind the scenes with features on coaches and players. For only $9.95 per month, find out why VolQuest continues to set that standard.
Ever wonder what the best source of Tennessee and college football talk is? Tune in to the Swain Event every morning from 7 to 10 a.m. You can listen on the Swain Event app or catch the live stream on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook Live. If you can't listen in real time, it's all good. Just click on the podcast icon in the app and listen at your convenience. Get all the information on the Vols all year long with the Swain Event. You will not find a better mix of Big Orange news and opinion anywhere else.
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Go ahead, Austin. Take it away,
There
man.
we go. Go ahead.
Go
Bring
ahead.
us back.
Welcome back to Gussin' with the boys. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, World Series, Game 1, Braves at Astros. First pitch coming up in about 40 minutes. Did you grow up, were you a baseball fan growing up?
A little bit. I played it until I was about 8 years old. I always loved the Dodgers, though. It was my grandfather's favorite team, so it kind of made me fall in love with the Dodgers.
Well, they're eliminated for all the Braves fans out
Sorry,
there.
Hendon.
What about you?
Yeah, I followed baseball. Once Albert Pujols retired,
He didn't retire. He's still
well,
playing.
once he got cut with the Angels, I don't watch it.
Gotcha.
He was my favorite player. Yeah.
You like to hit those home runs. You like the softball thing y'all did back in the spring?
Yeah, that was cool. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I got a little camera time. You know, I don't get a lot of camera time, so I got some, so it was good.
I know you're just a lineman. You don't
Just
get that
a-
camera time.
just
I'm
a
like
big-
Big Hendon over here.
Big lineman.
But this is your show, though, so.
It is his show.
It's your show.
But I'll say this. Did you hear the round of applause when we announced Hendon was here? I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that love. It's okay, though.
It's because
got-
of you I get the love.
We got people that drove here from Kentucky to come see you, Hendon.
I appreciate y'all.
Hendon, would you agree you need Cade back for the Kentucky game to help protect?
We'd definitely love to have Cade. You know, it's always great to have Cade on the field. Bring that energy.
Thanks, man.
Great juice.
It means a lot.
You
So
look pretty healthy to me.
I'm getting back, man.
back to
5 hours
the.
a day in the training room.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to.
But back to what we were talking about before the break with the, just the children's book, the children's scripture thing. When did you learn to have a love for such a thing? I mean, because again, you're looking at a younger demographic of people that you're trying to reach. I mean, my 2 daughters are right over here, so like when you're trying to, when you're thinking about kids, and have an impact on them. When did that come about?
Really, I kind of thought about the book at an early process when I was around my little cousin who loves football. So just trying to be a positive influence in his life, lead him down the right track, was definitely something that kind of sparked the idea.
So, is there a favorite scripture you go to before every game? I mean, or do you kind of bounce around? Or is
I
there something
definitely bounce around. Seawalt, our chaplain, does a great job.
Chris Walker.
Yeah, Chris does a great job of giving us a great word the night before. So sometimes we just have great conversations, but just always in prayer, before the game, praying for my teammates, praying for the game. Just really just putting all my faith in God.
You ever seen any highlights of Chris's playing days?
I haven't. I saw a picture. He looked
Well,
like
when he unveiled the black jerseys, Chris is one that looks like, he's not like Jason. He looks like he still has at least one play, maybe a series in him.
No, I'm done.
Well, you could probably still play, just wouldn't be wide receiver.
No, I won't be wide receiver. I'd be a good tight end, though.
Tight end, there we go. Probably should have been one to begin with. Still be playing.
I don't like to block. Linebackers.
Selfish.
Or linemen. I like block
Selfish.
corners and safeties, not 300-pound guys.
So he's the one telling me about this project. Kate, when you found out Hendon had like kind of this different side to him, what were you thinking? Because, I think it's about the learning process, about learning who you are going out to play these games with every week and understanding what makes Darnell Wright tick or what makes Hendon tick or whoever.
I thought it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't, a star quarterback of a team, you don't hear them, writing, scripture books for little kids and stuff. And like it honestly touched me because I have a 6-year-old little brother, and like I told him the other day, like I want to buy like one of his books, probably buy multiple of them because like my little brother, like even as a 6-year-old, like has one of the strongest like relationships with God like I've ever seen. Like my mom's done a great job instilling that in him, and he gets down on his knees every night, prays. She sends me videos of it and stuff. Like it's the coolest thing, and like it just touched my heart when Hendon said that because like it's so cool to see somebody like you're so close with that if we didn't start that conversation, like I would have probably never known. And so it's just awesome to see.
What's wild about that is when Camp gets down on his knees to pray, he's still taller than all the other 6-year-old kids out there. He brings up a good point. Like Darnell Wright, I remember interviewing him in high school, and he talked about reading astrology books. Now, if you look at Darnell, you probably wouldn't think he reads astrology books, but have you kind of found out different things about your teammates that make them tick and that maybe you wouldn't have thought?
Yeah, I have. Just kind of hanging around Velus Jones a lot. He's a real movie fanatic, so he can.
Does he rate the movies?
He definitely does. He definitely rates it. He'll go to the movies 2 or 3 times a week and come back and tell me, "Hey, you shouldn't go see this, man. It's a waste of money." I'm like, okay, thanks, Velus.
2 stars, 3 stars. 4
Yeah,
stars.
he'll give you the Rotten Apple review for sure.
Rotten Apple review.
Rotten Apple review.
He'll give Rotten Apple.
Isn't
that's
Rotten
his.
Tomato?
That's his. No. It's Rotten Tomato, but Velus's version is the Rotten Apple.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna walk up to him and ask him about it tomorrow. So Rotten Apple.
Rotten Apple. I want to ask you about plays on the football field so far this season that you've made. What's been your favorite touchdown pass, man? Because we've seen some pretty passes from you. We've seen some bombs and some pretty big games. Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, Mizzou. What's been your favorite one? Or maybe that one that was drawn up perfectly in practice, or that you kind of worked on the sideline after adjustment. What's been your favorite one so far?
Before you answer, do you have a favorite one? And don't say what it is. Do you have one in mind?
I do.
I do
yes.
too.
Yes, I have one in mind.
All right, now go ahead. Then we'll unveil what we have.
I would say my favorite would be to Jacob Warren against Pittsburgh, right across the middle. That's my favorite one.
That was a good one.
I was going to go the fake run throw to Javonte against South Carolina.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a good design, and they bit hard. By the way, if he hadn't dropped that one against Ole Miss, he'd have 6 touchdowns in 6 straight games. He don't catch a whole lot because as far as just number of catches, but he makes them count when he does.
Yeah, he's an amazing player. I tell my receiving corps, they're the best receiving corps in the nation, hands down. Those guys make plays. They're amazing to watch in practice and in game.
Mine would probably be the South Carolina one. That's what I was thinking of because I wasn't expecting it. Like when you drop back.
Neither was South Carolina.
No, well, obviously it wasn't, man, because Peyton was wide open. But that one was probably my favorite, just because I wasn't expecting the pass. I like the Florida one because of the play design, the stack formation, putting the receiver on the safety, and we know, man, receivers, are not supposed to be guarded by safety. Safety's a beat at birth when that happens. So I like that. I like the play design. So those are my favorite ones.
What about you?
Yeah, mine was South Carolina. He kind of blocked the guy, and then I looked up, and I was like, yes, he's wide open. Touchdown. 3 plays.
3 plays.
And then, of course, there was an injury on an extra point. Those quick drives. So, go ahead.
Well, I mean, the tempo. We've had linemen on here for a couple of weeks. For 3 weeks we've had 2 sets of linemen. But this is a time to have you on. I want to talk about the tempo and just being the quarterback and orchestrating the fast tempo. I mean, there's some times that you guys have a couple plays coming off the sideline to start a possession. Like, how does it work, man? Kind of walk us through a little bit without giving away too many nuggets to Kentucky, but just kind of walk us through like what goes into multiple plays being called, so that way you guys can get up to the line of scrimmage quick, fast, in a hurry, kind of like you did against South Carolina.
The thing is, most of them aren't just sets designed together. They're really just the play coming in as fast as we can, our guys getting the line as fast as we can, the linemen communicating as fast as they can. We getting a snap off before the defense knows what happens.
Have we seen the fastest this offense can go?
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where are we right now, and where can he go?
We're about at a 7.5.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. That's the highest so far.
We just had different pieces. Like, go ahead. What game did you guys hit 7.5? I feel like Bowling Green, we were rolling at a like, especially the first, like the first first quarter, like we were rolling tempo wise. Just like, especially in fall camp, like our second scrimmage in fall camp, like was really like everyone clicked and like the tempo got right. And then, like, we've just had different pieces in and out, so it kind of hurts tempo. But, like, the O-line is really – O-line and receivers, like, everybody, like, receivers getting their feet set, like, the O-line getting up on the ball, like, that's what gets the tempo going. Because, like, he's going to get the play into us, but, like, we got to be on the line, like, feet set, ready to go. When he says the play, like, he's going to say the play, like, 2 seconds.
You bring up a good point. I mean, Cooper had to miss a stretch, then had to miss a stretch again. You changed quarterbacks. Tyon and Jabari basically rotated being out. Jabari's out for a shoulder one game. Tyon plays. The next game, Tyon's out with an ankle. Jabari plays. Bayless finally found a home in the slot. Jerome, I think it took him a couple of games to handle the speed at center. He can handle center fine, but how fast y'all want to play. And then once he kind of got going, it was good. But I think he brings up a good point of just like you guys have had to kind of mix and match along the way and have found a way to do it. But in a perfect world, you'd love to come back for this last month off of the bye week and be as healthy as you've been since the opener.
Yes, sir, for sure. I feel like the guys handle it so well that at times we do hit the tempo we want, and we get the drives we want, and we get the results we want. So if we can just be consistent on that and just consistently think about it, then we'll be good.
What's the next step for this football team? 4-4 right now. There's a couple of winnable games on the schedule. Our opinion is certainly different than you guys' opinion. You guys should feel like every game is winnable, right?
For sure.
But there's some tough games on the schedule, for sure. But this next game against Kentucky is right there for the taking for you guys. Kentucky's a dang good football team. You respect the heck out of them, but you guys are good too. And what's next for this football team? What do you accomplish this bye week so that way you can improve and be a better football team than you were last week?
Yeah, really just working on the little things, the minor details. Not jumping off sides, getting our feet set. Communicating well. Just making sure that you're doing your job. Like that's what we've been communicating these past couple of days, because in our losses, it's really been lessons, because we realize that the little details of following the game to the next week or prior to the game, we're getting ready to go. We got minor details that we need to tighten up on. We need to go back over our game plan 1 or 2 times before the game, just so we can be locked in and execute our jobs at a high level when we get out there.
Is there a guy, and this is for both of you, and we'll start with you. Is there a younger player that you feel like has really been coming on the last few weeks that can help you this last month of the season, that you think has the capabilities to, give a guy a series break to, kind of keep everybody refreshed, and maybe whether it's a lineman or a younger receiver or a younger DB? I mean, is there someone who you feel like is starting to really come on?
Yeah, I feel like Danico Slaughter, when he's been in there, has done a really good job. I feel like he's made big plays. He plays plays the game the right way. He's really intense, and just like when you watch our defense, like he's always flying to the ball. Like you can always see him. Like he's always going to be around the ball. And I don't know if he start like I don't pay attention that much. Like,
I don't mean start, just
no. I know. I'm saying I don't know if he's getting all the reps right
Gotcha.
now. But like, he's a young guy that, like, when I watch him play, I'm like, yeah, that guy, he can play. He plays the game the right way, and definitely has helped us and is going to continue to help us. So.
You?
I feel the same. Nico has come in and provided an extra boost of energy to our defense. Defense is flying around, and he's out there flying around with his hair on fire, disrupting plays, making big hits, and really just going out there playing with confidence. I love to see it.
How has Josh Heupel, being a former quarterback himself, because you would say you've gotten better from Virginia Tech to Tennessee, right? I mean, you agree, right?
Yes, sir.
How has Josh Heupel helped you become a better quarterback? And with him being a former quarterback, one that was dang good when he played, talk about that relationship and how he's helped you become a better quarterback.
I really feel like Coach Hype has given my groove back and the love for the game as well. Just telling me go out there and have fun and enjoy myself. I prepared and worked my tail off for it throughout the week. So just go out there and do what you do. Play your game, and just instilling that confidence in me just boosts my game to another level.
You weren't here last year. You were. I've had this talk with a few of the players, whether it be out for the locker room or out for Tennessee Prime. How has just the mindset helped change, the culture around here? Just like instilling positivity and building confidence up and that type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this year, like when we step on the field, like you expect to win. Like last year, it was kind of like towards the end of the season, like you were just beat. Like everybody was beat, the coaches were beat. Like you kind of just felt like the game was already settled before you even went out there. And like this year, every time we step between the lines, like we think we're gonna win. And like that confidence that it builds throughout the whole team. And like everybody, just like an extra boost of energy. Everybody, everybody's fired up to play. Like everyone loves to play. Like last year, you didn't feel that same energy. You didn't feel like everybody, like people are out there that don't really want to be out here. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between this team and last year's team. Is like when we're out there, man, we're playing balls to the wall, playing hard, like playing to win. And last year was more just individual based playing, kind of.
Where have you both seen Josh Heupel grow as the head coach of Tennessee? From when he got here to now, where's he kind of gotten better? Whether it be team activities or in-game corrections or practice or whatever. I mean, where have you kind of seen him? Have you seen him grow and kind of he talked about Jason asked him about being the weight of playing quarterback at Tennessee. I think there's a certain weight to being the head coach at Tennessee. Have you seen him kind of become more comfortable as the years went on?
Yeah, I feel like he's been comfortable since he's been here, but he does a really good job like doing media. Like he's really good at media and connecting with the fan base and the people that are around here. And like I think he's got great support from the fans in the state of Tennessee, and he's done a really good job with that. He's really easy, to understand what he's saying and understand where he's coming from. He's done a really good job just organizing our football team, organizing practices. Like our whole schedule like is just so organized and so detailed. And so that's what he does a really good job with. He's a very detailed coach.
All right. I'm going to ask one for both of you, too. I'm going to start with you this time. Not take away your position coach. So you can't pick Halsley, you can't pick Ellerby. What one coach could you just go in their office, kick your feet up, and enjoy a good 30-minute talk?
For sure, Coach Golish. OC, Alex Golish. Real down-to-earth guy, funny guy. So, always go in there and get a good laugh with him. Then we talk ball for an extensive amount of time. So, I feel like connect really well with Coach Golish.
I love Coach Halsley, man. He's hilarious. Like, we just have little side conversations, like, throughout practice and stuff. He's so funny and just, like, somebody that I could definitely, sit down and just chop it up with for the extensive amount of time.
When you guys are in the locker room, right before you run through the tee or right before you enter the field or hit the field on a road game, who are some of the coaches that you would label as the hype man? You always got to have a hype man. You always got to have some guys on your team, that's your teammates that are the ones that's vocally getting everyone hyped up? You know, you might have a coach or two that gets everyone hyped up. Who is that coach on this staff?
That's a good question. I feel like our team is so player-led that they don't really have to say anything. We generate all the energy, which is how it should be.
Where's Eckler? I mean, where's Coach Eckler?
He would be the one. Like, but I mean, all the juice comes from us. Like, Eck comes in there and gives his little special teams hoorah, and then you know, I mean, all the juice is coming from us.
You got to have it, right? Because you guys have done a really good job coming out in the first quarter. So the juice is definitely there in the locker room to hit the game field and start fast jumping the opponent. So that's
locker room is really calm though. Like, there's no hooting and hollering and stuff going on in the locker room. Like, everybody's locked in. Like, you can tell everybody's ready to play. Like, a locker room that's up screaming and you know, going crazy, bouncing around and stuff. I mean, that's cool. But like, when you walk in our locker room, like, everybody's locked in. We're ready to go. Like, after warm-ups and stuff, it's locked in.
Is there a maxim when you got here? How quick did you learn the maxims? Did you already know them?
I didn't.
Favorite maxims what?
Protect our kicker, our quarterback. That's the best one. I feel like.
Protect me, please.
Protect me. And these guys do a great job with that. Cade leads them. Him and Big Rome. You know, they do a great job of protecting me.
Are you going to ask him to protect you when all the people come up and ask for autographs after this is over?
Yeah, for sure. They're my bodyguards. You know, they got to protect me.
Off the field and on the field.
Yes, sir.
That's the way it works. That's the way it works. All the time. Not just during practice, not just in the game.
Hold it down.
All the time. All the time. Okay?
Jason?
Have you got a chance to watch any Kentucky?
I have watched a little bit today.
When you see Kentucky and you know they're ranked really high and man, Hendon wasn't on the team last year, but you was, and you got a chance to experience what happened last year, and certainly left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I mean, what do you see on film from Kentucky?
Yeah, they've got as far as the front seven, I don't know much about the back half. You know, the front seven, they play hard. They're really eye disciplined. They do some different stuff to, you know, get you in different looks, try to get leverage on blocks and stuff, pre-snap. All their guys play really hard, play with good technique. I mean, every week in the SEC, like it's when y'all ask me this question, everybody's always so technically good and they play hard. You know, they try to get vertical. As far as the D-line, linebackers do a really good job, you know, filling. They got some good blitzes and stuff schemed up for different teams. So, pretty good team, for sure.
How different are they at the line of scrimmage over the last few years? It seems like that's where they've really kind of tried to really improve as a program, and then kind of mix in skills and quarterbacks and stuff like that around it.
Yeah, definitely. You talking about on defense?
Both.
Yeah, their O&D line is always going to be good. Like, really, any SEC team you come across, like, is always going to have good O-line, good D-line.
Except for Missouri.
Yeah, I guess so. But they do a great job. They're really well coached and stuff. So.
The Oxendine kid that plays for Kentucky seems like he's continuing to have more and more success. Have you been able to catch any of him on film at this point? Oxendine.
Oh. I don't know any of their names. I like
no numbers.
Like I know numbers. I haven't looked at the depth chart and stuff. I just watched a lot of film.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is he hurt? I thought he was hurt.
What position does he play?
D-line. He hadn't been hurt. Maybe he has been the last couple of weeks.
What number is he?
I'd have to look it up.
Number 4?
No, not number 4. Anyway, moving on. So, is this your first time here at Gus's?
It is not.
What do you normally get when you come here?
I get the chicken finger plate. I remember I was talking to Tyler. He told me to get the fish. So
he did get the fish when he came out here that night.
Fish is fire.
So I got to try it. I got to try it this time.
Yeah, Tyler could be the, who knows, Tyler could be the host here next year. Or it could be you. You coming back. Let's just put you on the spot.
On the spot.
On the spot.
I'm concentrating on this season right here.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a great answer.
That's a good one.
We're playing ball. We're trying to win
yet,
games.
Media training.
The people say that year 2 in Heupel's offense is a real jump at quarterback. Are you excited about year 2 in Heupel's offensive quarterback?
No, the year 2 will be nice. Everyone being acclimated to the playbook. And
Tell him, man, we got to finish for year 1 first.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us finish, Kate.
But I was saying, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good because it's gonna look good because it's not everyone's first season being in the offense. So getting those guys coming back, the outside guys.
I got you, hen dog. Yeah, protect him.
Real one.
He did protect him. That's right. Got to protect him from Austin. Austin think he's slick. That was good with Austin.
I know.
That was really good.
I just went bold out of the gate, and then I said, all right, we'll just ask it a different way and see how he responds to that.
Yeah, I told Hendon before the show I'm ready for that Heisman campaign.
So you wore 2 at Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted 2 here, but Jabari already had it. Is that right?
No. Apparently, I was already in number 5. So.
You like 5?
Yeah, I like 5. That used to be my favorite number when I was little.
Really?
So.
Why is that?
I used to be like I used to want to be like this guy named Doug Brown, who played receiver at North Carolina A&T. So he was like my childhood hero. So I wanted to be just like him, wear the S on my chest like Superman.
So when you grew up, who did you? I mean, again, you're not that old, so like I'm asking you, who did you kind of watch? And you're going to say somebody that played like 5 years ago or continually still plays. But was there somebody you tried to emulate, model your game after at the NFL level or the college level besides Brown? Not
really. Kind of just watching my dad's tape when he was in college. Just try to run like him. Used to watch a lot of Cordell Stewart. Watched a lot of Randall Cunningham, Steve McNair, Vince Young. I was a big Vince Young fan, so I loved to watch him play. But just like local guys, I used to want to be an athlete, like do whatever.
What's that?
Huh? He said he's going to name somebody that's played 5 years
I'm
ago.
so proud. I mean, most kids think the GOAT's C.D. Lamb.
No, I'm a student of the game.
Cunningham, Cordell Stewart.
I'm a student of the game, but growing up, I used to want to just make plays, so I used to want to play everywhere on the field growing up. So I used to watch Keenan Allen. He was a local talent. Eric Ebron. Those guys were making plays in my city at the time.
If you didn't play quarterback, what would you want to play?
Safety.
Like that Wood?
Yeah. I haven't played safety since like 8th grade, though. So.
That should tell you about his mentality.
Oh, absolutely. You don't slide. Yeah, just hit him with the spin.
I'm learning how to slide.
Yeah, the spin cycle is what we call it, right?
Yes, sir.
When you were growing up, did you take in a lot of A&T games? Did you go to a lot of games because your father's such a legend there?
Yeah.
You did?
I went to endless amounts of A&T games. I'm going to one this weekend, matter of fact.
That's what's up.
Go check out my little brother. He's playing quarterback there now. They took my dad's number out of retirement after 34 years.
That's awesome.
So my little brother's wearing his number, so I'm excited to go see him play.
So my little brother graduated from A&T and lives in Charlotte. And,
okay.
There's a difference. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. So in Huntsville, there's Alabama A&M there. So I got a chance to kind of grow up watching A&M, going to the games. And there's a difference with the band and the atmosphere. For those that may not know much about HBCUs and the atmosphere, how would you describe it?
Electrifying.
Yeah.
Something you've never seen before. The band at North Carolina A&T does a great job. They get a lot of recruits from my high school down the street, Dudley High School. If you ever seen the movie Drumline, it was based off of my high school and North Carolina A&T kind of combined. That atmosphere is just amazing. Just to see so many people out there being so supportive. It's nothing but a beautiful sight.
You ever been to Battle of the Bands?
I have.
I have. Oh, yeah.
I have. I've been to that one.
Yeah, we went last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, A&T did the thing. Yep.
How long has the head coach at Dudley been there? Have they had change or no?
No, they haven't had change.
Because I would have met your high school coach. I went to do something on Peyton.
Yeah.
He was a tackle and ended up going to
Peyton Page.
Yeah, Peyton Page, yeah. That was before you were here, though, so I didn't know to talk about you back then.
Yeah, Peyton is like my little brother. Yeah, I get on him all the time.
Why didn't you should have recruited him harder here?
I mean, I didn't know I was coming here at the time before.
I know. But if he ever goes in the portal.
I'm on him.
So, if you didn't play offensive line, defensive line, or is there something you've not done in college that you would like to do?
Yeah, I'd definitely be a tight end.
Yes, sir.
Tight end, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You need to start politicking, getting a game like South Alabama or Vanderbilt. and asked to, play tight
No,
end.
that
and
ain't
catch
gonna
it.
happen.
Why
I tried
would
it
you
my
pick out
4
those-
years.
those
I tried
teams
it my
also?
4 years in high school and it didn't work. So it's definitely not gonna work here. I got to run the ball in high school, but they would never throw it to me.
Did you run for a touchdown in high school?
Yes.
Two, three?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Maryville game. I
remember.
got a personal
sir.
foul. Took
5,
my helmet
6.
off.
7, 8. About 9 or 10. Not much. 11, 12.
It's fun, man.
I don't know. We could,
I should have had another touchdown. Our starting quarterback got hurt. We're in a playoff game, and our starting quarterback got hurt, and then our backup quarterback was in. It was Jack Jansen. He was our backup quarterback that year, my senior year. And so he had never given me a handoff, but they called the play where I was running the ball. And so he acted like he was handing off to a running back. Well, I'm way bigger than our running back. So he hits me in the knee with the ball. The ball goes flying. It was been a 1-yard touchdown, but I mean, I was hot.
I would have been hot too.
I was hot.
Would have been hot with you.
oh,
dude, I was
explosive.
I was furious coming off the sideline.
So if you were at tight end, what route would you want to
Out
run?
route.
Out.
Yeah, I want to be like the goal line.
Okay.
I want to really
You
be
want
the
to be like
blocker.
Vrabel. Catching
Yeah, I want to
touchdowns
be
in
like
Super Bowl.
yeah, for sure. Like Lee Smith-esque. Like big on the blocking, but when I need to, shake out of there in the flats.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Play action, roll out on the goal line.
Yeah.
It's a touchdown every time.
Tony Toe Tap.
Speaking of touchdown, I want to get y'all's opinion. We've seen some celebrations from our players in the end zone. Some pretty good ones, pretty good ones last week. To be honest, I thought Bayless did a pretty good job with some celebrations. We saw Tillman strutting a little bit after his touchdown. Javante was going Karate Kid, in the end zone. So we've seen some good celebrations so far. What's been you guys' favorite celebration? One of your teammates getting into the end zone this year.
I have no idea.
I
have no idea.
I'd say Javante's this past weekend, the Karate
Alabama.
Kid. That was tough.
I always try to
That was so tough.
It sucks because every time we score a touchdown, I try to run down as fast as I can to get in the celebration. But you can watch the Pitt game when Jimmy scored the touchdown. He ran all the way, and I sprinted after him, tried to catch him, but he ran all the way to their sideline and then all the way back, and so you spend so much energy running down there, and then they just keep running back and forth, back away from you and stuff. So it's frustrating, I will say.
You got to tell them to wait. Wait on K. Wait till K gets to the end zone. Now you can start the celebration, all right?
Cade wants to play
like-
tight end, but he'll just settle for
Yeah,
celebrating.
I'll just settle for next tight end, right tackle.
Yes, sir.
Can you catch the ball at 68? 68? You have to change numbers?
See, I don't understand the rules. You always see offensive linemen catching the touchdowns, but I don't even know how it works. I guess you got to have an overloaded line on one side, and so it would make you eligible. But then you got to tell the refs that you're eligible, and so
Then the ref has to announce it to the
the
everyone.
ref has to announce it. So it kind of kills the whole catching a touchdown pass.
I
But,
think you deserve an opportunity. Listen, you're a Knoxville boy.
dude, Nealon would go crazy.
It would, man.
I would go crazy.
We would. If only there was somebody that talks to Heupel and the quarterback coach and OC every day to kind of get that in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out.
I got good hands too. I mean, I'm gonna catch it.
What I say,
I know that. I don't doubt that at all.
I say you just improvise in a game where the game's not in doubt. Don't do it if it's still in doubt. But in a game where it's not in doubt, and just do it.
It has to be legal, though, man.
That's what I'm saying. You work on it off to the side when they're not looking.
Man, I would hate for him to score a touchdown and he gets called back and doesn't count because he's not eligible. Like Heupel has to be in on it, too. Everybody has to be in on
I
it.
think y'all should go like Rudy and go in there and give Heupel your jerseys until he allows him to play tight end.
Don't do that.
That's a good thought. It's actually a
I
good
like
thought.
it too. I'm with it.
Yeah.
What do we think Bayless would rate Rotten Apple's Rudy?
I have no idea. I'm actually gonna ask. That's a good
You
question.
gotta ask him,
I
man.
gotta ask him.
He's going to say it's terrible because Rudy was offsides and he was terrible anyway. He should never been in the movie.
He's gonna give you a great explanation on why it's bad or why it's good if you ask him.
If he tweets that out, I'm just going to reply back with the guy from Rudy going, yeah.
Unrealistic. Terrible.
Have we came off the wheels?
No, we good, man. This is good.
Are we still put together?
This is
good
great content,
content, man.
Yeah, this is
Let's
great
go.
content. That's what I'm talking about,
Kate
man.
loves when
Yes.
we talk about anything but football.
Yeah, man.
Are you
These
a
guys
hunter?
play football
He's
all
a
the time.
hunter.
I'm not. He shows me all his little hunting deals all the
his-
time. Yeah.
All his videos.
I find it cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
When you gonna invite Hendon?
whenever, man. I'll take whoever, whenever.
Has
We can
anyone
go.
Let's go.
Has anyone been seriously open to going with you? Or they
Trey
just say,
Smith, Trey Smith went with me last year, and I got him hooked on the duck hunting. Like he did a little interview and stuff, and like they asked him what he liked to do, and he came hunting twice, and like he told him I love the duck hunt. I took him turkey hunting too.
Now I want you to take a city boy. Like I want you to take like one of these Cali transfers.
They probably wouldn't know what to think.
You take Cedric Tillman from Vegas.
Yeah, take him.
I'm not taking Ced. He talks too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll scare all the duck away.
He just smiles. You should take Javante. Javante in the duck blind would be a thrill a minute.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, man. I want to see you take one of those.
Did you get my camouflage yet? Did you get my camouflage yet?
Hey, they sell it at Academy for cheap.
Are you kidding me right now?
I got you, man.
I'll
What
just
size you wear?
I'll just wear Kevin's.
I got 3X.
Well, I'm not that big. I'll just wear Kevin's though.
He wears a 3X too.
Or camps.
Ain't that big
Or
too?
camps.
You probably fit in camps.
I'm glad we finally got Hendon out, man. I think everyone was waiting for Hendon. They wanted Hendon to come out, man. The way you've been playing, it didn't start off that way, right? You had to kind of watch from the sideline, but when your number was called, you was ready to go. And man, you made the best of the situation and the way you play the game. I know the fans are very appreciative, and that's why this place is packed. That's why the numbers are high, because I think this fan base really love and appreciate you, man, how you carry yourself. Definitely how you play. That's important. But man, it's been kind of fun to watch you develop and grow, and Vol Nation put their arms around you. We got us a quarterback, guys. Yeah, we got a quarterback. So enjoy, my friend.
Yes,
enjoy it this year and next year.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
Got him.
Even if you want to leave, I don't think the fans would let you.
Nope, you can't go anywhere, Hendon.
That's tough.
Kidnap him.
We will burn couches if you leave, Hendon.
Don't burn the couches.
Again.
Don't burn the couches.
Did y'all see where they burnt Henry's jersey?
No.
I saw it on Twitter.
Who did it?
I have no idea who did it. A group of Tennessee fans. Wow. Terrible. Henry's a great person.
Why would you burn it? Like
Phenomenal.
What number do you wear
Phenomenal
here? 11?
11.
Why would you burn it? You could just say it's Jalen Howdy's number or whoever wears 11 on
Joey Kemp.
defense. Yeah, like why would you? It's just silly.
Yeah, I thought it was also silly.
Yeah, it's just silly, man. It's not the NFL. It's just silly.
If you're gonna burn somebody's jersey, burn Jason's.
Don't do that, man. The one is the best number over there. What are you talking about?
I saw a touchdown you caught on Twitter the other day.
I mean, it's
Which one was it?
against Alabama.
I think it was against Alabama.
The last one, the last receiver to catch a touchdown in a win over Alabama, right here, 2004.
I had no idea. I had no clue. I was on the show with Austin. He asked me the question. I named somebody else. I didn't even know who he was talking about. God, we got to beat Alabama soon, man.
We were proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You want my bold prediction?
Appreciate it. Let's do it again. Hendon, let's do it again, man. Let's do it again. First game of next season, right? What? let's do it again, man.
I'm not getting tied into that.
Nah, we just want you back, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate the love, Vol
For
Nation.
sure. Kate,
Jason?
this is your show?
I just did the intro, Austin. You got it. Let's go.
No, it's your show. You gotta do the intro and
Thanks
outro.
for watching again. We're here at Gus's Fried Chicken. This is Tennessee Prime, a.k.a. Gussin' with the Boys.
Yes, sir.
AKA
See you next
Cade
week.
and Friends.
Let's go, Cade and Friends.